Thank you to Strony's Place for being subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Really hope you keep enjoying the content. I saw that you are subscribed for a while now. And also, I know you are a YouTuber yourself. So, yeah, I just want to wish you good luck with your content as well. Thank you so much once again. Hello, my name is Dr. Shambles, and today we are going to be talking about the first Kuzan draft I did, where we have a consistent strategy for him. This is just obviously theory crafting, sorry. So everything may change, but I think there's some techs here that I think you guys really it's almost guaranteed to play. So before we get into this tech list, first of all, this Rosinante is not this Rosinante, obviously is a new leaked Rosinante, which reads: during your opponent's turn, if one blue navy character would be removed, rest this character and trash one card from hand instead. So it will be a card to protect our cards from removal, which is very nice. And then it could potentially be a blocker because we are resting this character, we are not trashing it. So this is very nice. It will make a lot of pressure to your opponent. It's very anti-removal, so it's pretty safe to say that will be a 4F. It's very needed. It's only on 1 cost, so it's really insane. Next is this card. This is not the Garp that we're going to be playing as a 2K. It will be the Zephyr that got leaked, which is on play, discard 2 cards from hand, and then activate main, trash this character, return 1 character of cost 5 or less to the owner's hand. Which I think is very nice. Obviously it will be a searchable navy card, and only that you can do some combos, which we'll be talking about in this video, with your cards and to bounce your opponent's board. Next is, and last I believe, yep, it's this Garp. Obviously it's not this Garp, it's the very newly leaked Monkey D Garp, which is an 8 cost 8k power. On play, trash 1 card from your hand and play up to 1 navy blue character with power of 8k or less other than Garp. So it obviously will be the ace of the deck. We already knew this, I already called this out. Now let's get into what I want to talk about, which is the deck list and the strategy itself. If I'm talking too fast, I'm very sorry. It is because I just got home and I just found time to record, and I really want to put a video on this Kuzan tech that we just got leaked. Also, for the people that are following the channel now because of Purple Kata, thank you so much. We'll have more videos, but for now I want to talk about him. Do not worry, Purple Kata and Kuzan will be the focus of the channel. More of Purple Kata because OP11 is coming, obviously. So what will be the strategy of this deck? This deck will be very... I think this deck is very consistent thanks to the leader effect alone. And so the idea will be using our Houndblaze, which is why I'm playing 4. Our Houndblaze, our Tsurus, and our Borsalinos to bounce... and obviously we have Tiger here, but Tiger, I'll get to him. To bounce some of the weaker cards on the board of your opponent, and then we have Red Rock and Tsuru also. Tsuru will be obviously a good card for us to bounce the bigger bodies. So we just want to be annoying by removing the smaller bodies with Tiger, and pretty much Tiger and Houndblaze will be our going-to during the early game, and in our late game we start dropping the Tsurus and the Red Rocks to remove the late game cards, obviously. Another thing is we'll have stun in the deck, so Garp will be our main way to build board late game, because we'll not be going to be building a lot of board during early to mid game, so he'll be very good on late game to catch up to the opponent by dropping 2 big bodies thanks to him, which is also something I want to talk about right now. Garp, you can play an 8k or less navy, so that means you most of the time will be playing Kuzan. I'm playing this Borsalino because I think he may help, even if it's just to bounce a smaller body and building a very strong character. But most of the time we're probably just going to be dropping the Garp and dropping the Kuzan to make 2 big bodies, and Kuzan will stun 1 body. Then, well, also another thing we can do is you can play another navy that doesn't need to be 8k. So we can play by resting 8 on a Garp, and then, for example, a Tsuru, which should bounce a big body onto the field. I forgot, sorry. I'm gonna try not to edit this video because I'm already very late on the schedule. So So yeah, that's, we could make this play. We could play Garp and then a Tsuru, or we could play Garp and play the Zephyr in case we need to bounce a 5 cost or whatever. We can play Garp and we can actually play... We're only playing 2 Aramakis and 2 Borsalinos because I don't know how consistent this deck is. Borsalino is actually the more consistent deck because we are bouncing 1 small body, which is just enough to make that pressure, because during early and mid game we're gonna be bouncing a lot thanks to these 2 cards, and then this is just to bounce hopefully the last small body, and then setting up a very big body thanks to Garp, 2 big bodies thanks to Garp. But Aramaki is still a very good deck. I still think we should play at least 2, because he's a very strong blocker, and he can, not only can he cycle your hand, when you trash 1 card from hand, you're drawing it back, you know, that's the cycle with your leader, and then you're bouncing cost 2 or lower characters, so that's also removing very, very annoying bodies that we usually don't want to use, like Gravity Blade or Tsuru on, so yeah. So Houndblaze and Aramaki can do that very well. Houndblaze, obviously, it's better because we can, at very least, we can use Tudon to go up 3k of power, so that's very versatile. But yeah, I still think we should play 2 Aramaki. So yeah, this is also a very... It's probably... Obviously, we're probably gonna drop it with only with the Garp effect. Only if we don't have Garp in hand, we are going to be dropping this in curve only. I think I'm right. I was right, sorry. I think we're going to try to go second. Most of the time, I think going second, we want to see the Tashigi Searcher and hopefully Rosinante to set up with the Dawn we have left. This will be very huge, by the way, because, and now let's go into this. Sorry, I'm doing this without a script, so it's very whatever comes from my head. I've been testing this deck, by the way, not with the text that just got announced. Obviously, it's not on a sim, and I didn't print proxies to play with, but I tried the deck with some other cards. Some of them were, for example, Doflamingo. This Doflamingo is very good. Oh, I just remember one card that we should be playing. Sorry, that was the one that I forgot. Which should be right this. Yeah, it should be this. Sorry. Pussing, what the fuck? Sorry, it's this. 2 puddings. So when I was trying the deck, I was very reliant on the pudding. I was playing with the Doflamingo, as I said. I was playing with Kyros also, but Kyros, I don't know, it's not as good. I don't know, like, pretty much Doflamingo is just a bigger body and can bounce bigger bodies as well, so he was doing very well with me. And what I saw was we were using these abilities to bounce a lot of cards to hand, and that's where pudding came in. For example, Tsuru also bounces to hand, so we can hit a lot of cards back to hand, and then we just potentially can drop a pudding. Obviously, I only have space for 2. I wish we could play 3. I am thinking about removing one Red Rock for a pudding. Red Rock is just to remove very big annoying bodies, but most of the time, for what I tested, we kind of want to just stun them with Kuzan. That's pretty much what we want to do. This is more, for example, if Blackbeard is still on meta, we kind of want to have it. But most time, when it comes to bigger bodies, we do want to just stun them with Kuzan and then swing onto them if we really need to remove them. But yeah, Pudding is a very strong card, and I think we should try to squeeze in this card. When it comes to events, by the way, Sanji's Pilaf came into play a lot. I was testing the deck, and I was playing 4 Sanji's Pilaf. Not gonna lie, you only need to play 1 per game. So that means, if not, we have a lot of cycle, thanks to our effects throughout the whole deck, to be honest. So yeah, we have a lot of effects that cycle out the supposed bricks that we don't need anymore. And Sanji's Pilaf is very nice. Like, we do run out of gas. We run out of gas very slowly thanks to our leader ability, but we do run out of gas. But if I get like a Sanji's Pilaf trigger, or if I play him early game, trust me, that's when we have exact perfect gas to keep up for the whole game. We just need to play 1. This might change when I test the deck out against newer leaders, But for now, like one Sanji's Pilaf is very strong. Like getting a trigger or playing it early game, very strong, helps us get in just enough gas to keep up the whole game. One thing we should consider, obviously, is the block list, which is block list 1. So moving forward is going to be one of the first cards to be banned, only if they like reprint it. But I don't know if the card is that popular to get reprinted. So yeah, Red Rock as well, but Red Rock, it's more likely to be reprinted than Sanji's Pilaf. But yeah, so that's the idea. With Sanji's Pilaf, we get just enough gas to keep up the whole game. Pudding is when we start bouncing a lot of cards, like with Tsuru, and at the time I was playing Dofi, but sometimes playing a Pudding, just if sometimes the opponent has 5 cards in hand, but just resetting that hand already messes up the whole game plan. So it's always good to have at least 2 Puddings. I really want to squeeze in. This is still my favorite blue card of all time. So yeah, I'm playing 3x Drake. We do want to go second, but if we go first, X Drake is not a bad card. Also Borsalino when we're going first. We are playing only 5 cards to go first. We may count Tashigi and Sanji's Pilaf, but most of our curve plays are much better going second. But I'm still playing the Drake. He's still a good blocker, and he lets us look at the top 5 cards of our deck and just rearrange them so we can plan accordingly, because we are trashing a lot of our cards from hand, and then the leader just draws it back, so we know we're going to draw, which can potentially be good tech that we need in some moment. So I'm playing 3. I could potentially go down to 1 Red Rock and play another Drake like this, you know, since we are not very reliant on Red Rock. I'm probably gonna do this. This looks better. So yeah, I'm gonna do this probably. But yeah, this is potentially what the deck list should look like. I'm obviously gonna bring you guys a gameplay video of me testing the deck, but for now this is something that we need to. I am considering just playing this. Like Hound Blaze is extremely good, and I think it's very slept on this deck. One card I don't think we're gonna be playing is It's a Waste of Human Life. I don't think we should be playing this, because we don't need to remove our like, I just prefer Hound Blaze. Like, we remove 1 card at a time, and then potentially late game we just start bouncing the bigger bodies, or we can still bounce the smaller bodies and just stun the bigger bodies or remove them with Red Rock. I think this can hurt us much more than helping us. Like, I don't want to remove my Tashigi. She can be a potential swing with Hound Blaze. I don't want to remove my Dofi. My Rosinante. He can potentially not only wait. How what is his stats? Sorry, I don't remember his stats. Yeah, he's a 1k power, so probably he's a 1 cost 1k power. So yeah, he cannot go with Hound Blaze, but still, I don't want to remove him with this event, because he can potentially just protect a body of ours. So yeah, I don't think we should be playing this. There was another card that I wanted to speak about. Oh yeah, there you go. This is the card, Sanji. There are some people who are trying to squeeze Sanji. So you can play Sanji, potentially Garp, Kuzan, and you have like 3 bodies in a row where you get a stun and like just insane board. I don't think this will be viable as well, by the way, because like you cannot rearrange your top deck that much, so you don't know how many times you will be hitting the top deck that you wanna. I'm playing Drake, which is the only card. Some people are playing more cards. So people are playing like Whitebeard Pirates or the 7 Warlords to kind of rearrange their decks with, for example, the blocker do Flamingo, for example, or let's just say one example of the Whitebeards, which is this Ace. Also, there's another one that I do know, which is Namul. Also, let's set up that top deck combo. But I think that's too much space just for Sanji. I don't think it will be viable. And therefore, I just prefer to building more events and more tech rather than using space of 4 cards for Sanji. So I don't think we'll be playing that as well. this is the deck list I'll be playing. I'm gonna test out first. I just want to put it out there. Remember, the cards like Carp, Rosinante, and this Carp are not the cards that are right here, are the leaked cards. So make sure you take that into account. And the deck looks extremely fun to play. I can't wait. I think the deck does really well against mid-range decks. Against decks with better late game, it will depend a lot on the meta. For example, with the Mihawk leak, it means the greens now can play much more board than they used to. Because against late game decks that don't build that much board, we can in fact bounce them with Suru or Red Rock. In case of Blackbeard, only Red Rock. I hope Blackbeard is not as popular once we start playing this deck, but he could. We still do have some decks here and there. We have the events. Again, these two events are probably main engine right now. I'm playing a lot for them. They're really nice. So we can at least slow them down and build a lot of boards that we can then swing with. But yeah, that was the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this deck list and these decks that I'm presenting to you. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.